What will I do without your smart mouth?
You taking me out.
You taking me out. It's kind of rude. Head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. All your curves and all your edges. Ow. All your perfect imperfections. Give my all to you. You want everything? You want all of me? Really? I don't have anything left. But I guess if I really want to have love, then I have to give you everything, right? Like, so, because I just want to be the girl you like. Be the girl you like. Take all of me. Is that the song? Right? All of me, right? So I gotta change my hair and my clothes and my face and like my body so that I can be liked. Isn't that what it is all about? Right? It's just to have somebody love me, right? Like some kind of a drunken love. And if you don't like me, here's the problem. It's gonna feel like a wrecking ball. See, the problem is that we all think that love is just a fairy tale. You know the kind of fairy tale I'm talking about? You know, instead of calling Children's Aid because your stepmom is trying to kill you, Snow White, you run away into the forest and you fall down on the ground because the trees are so scary. But don't worry, grumpy, sleepy, and dopey, I'm gonna rescue you, right? And then you'll be fine, but don't worry. If you happen to eat the apple and you die, okay? You're gonna be in a coffin and some strange dude on a horse is gonna open it up and give you a kiss and raise you from the dead. That's a powerful kiss. I'm still waiting for mine. You know, it's the kind of fairy tale where, you know, Cinderella, tale as old as time. Is that's Beauty and the Beast, tale as old as time. You know, it's always, you know, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no or where to go. So we'll jump on the carpet right in the middle of the night with a strange boy. Right? And Cinderella, one day my prince will come. But I'm afraid of mice, so who's gonna make my dress? And do those glass slippers hurt? Because I know leather shoes hurt, but at least they stretch. And how did you know that the prince was actually charming? I mean, just because he was cute. I think some cute little up in here, too. I don't know if you're charming. You know what I'm talking about? You need a teacher over there with some glasses. It's called me 555 Coco, you know what I'm talking about. You see, we're all searching for love in all the wrong places. You know what I'm talking about? You know, it's tale as old as time, tune as old as song, barely even friends. Then somebody bends unexpectedly. He screams and yells at me, locks me in my room, and all I have to do is give him a kiss, Beauty and the Beast. I kiss some beasts, they don't turn into princess. Okay? It turns into a divorce. You know what I'm talking about? You see, the problem is, we don't know what love is. You see, it's not a fairy tale. You ever notice that a lot of the princesses were abused? Like really, Snow White's stepmama was trying to kill her. She's like, I want you to guide him. Take him into the forest and cut out her heart and bring it back to me in this box. Now, 911 is what she should have done. You know what I'm talking about? But you see, the solution is to run away and find a dude. Well, I was one of those princesses. And I was also being abused. But it wasn't my stepmom, she was cool. But there was sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse for 10 years, from the age of 4 right to the age 14, by 2 family members. So my life was a hot mess. My talk today is called My Mess, My Message, and My Mission. My mess, my message, my mission. See, I was in a hot mess when I was a child. Okay? Picture it. Bucktooth, unibrow, sideburns. Cute little kid. Learning disability, right? Had issues at home. Raised by a single mom. Poor. I didn't have Nikes, I had Nikettes. Had issues. And so when I got to the age of 17, I ran away from home too. Well, not exactly, just like Friday night. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't run away to the forest like Snow White. I ran away to the club. You know what I'm talking about? You know, I'm walking in the club, right? I got my little shorts on, my little tassel, you know what I'm talking about? I got my little boots, right? They were actually my girlfriend's boots. They were one size too small. My feet were hurting, but I didn't really care. And so I walk into the club. I find me a man tonight. And in walks Prince Charming. Yo. Pretty gal. What y'all doing? I'm like, nothing. He's like, yo, minute I can kill. I think they don't have any Jamaican princes in fairy tale. Anyway, he was charming. Wasn't really a prince, but he was charming. He charmed me so much that, I had to go visit him at his crib, you know what I'm saying? Because he was in university and I was in high school and he was really hot and he had a goatee and everything. I was like, oh my God, he's like, oh. Like, I must be really pretty if a guy likes me who's at university or college, you know what I'm talking about? And so, he took me to the college, George Brown, downtown, the next few days, and we went over to his house, you know what I'm saying? And, because he forgot his wallet, right? And he wanted to feed me lunch, you know what I'm saying? We go over to his house and, we're kind of hanging out, and 9 months later, I'm pushing out his baby. Oh, you got it. Yes. So here I was now, an abused little girl, but now I was pregnant. At 17. That's not right. I mean, that's a hot mess, right? Quit high school, living on government assistance in some little tiny apartment, and I thought my life was over. Giant mess. Angry. I was hurt. My dad said, if you have that child, I'm not your dad anymore. I mean, he didn't mean it. He was trying to do the tough love thing. And he loved me so much, but he didn't know what to do because he wasn't there when I was a child. And he moved away, and he did his best, but he just didn't know how to stop me. And he thought if he said something that way, it would wake me up and I would do the right thing. But I was so lost and broken and so afraid, and all the abuse that I went through in my childhood set me up, and I was just confused, and I was a mess, and I didn't know what to do. And all of a sudden, this beautiful, amazing, wonderful teacher, a social worker, and a nurse at my school looked at me and said, Coco, you have a message. We want you to come to our program. We want you to share your story. We want you to tell the young people what you've gone through. I said, me? Are you serious? You see this belly sticking out? She says, yes. But you have something important to say, and we believe in you. We want you to be a part of a steering committee. And if you can just tell what happened and talk to the students about why. I said, why? Why what? Why did you get pregnant? Oh, that was a question. Why did I get pregnant? Was it because I was a snooting, a catty, a hoe, a slut? Oh, we don't want to talk about that, do we? We want to talk about the names that we call girls like me. Was that the reason? Or was it because my mind was poisoned by the abuse in my childhood and it set me up for failure? And I lost my dad, and so I had this desperation inside me to just find love. If somebody would just hold me, I would do anything for somebody to just hold me. So I stood there 22 years ago on that high school stage, 500 students, and I told them the truth. I told them about my mess. It was the greatest message of my life. I told them that, you know what, even though I got pregnant and even though I felt awful, I was still good, and that they were still good, and that no matter what they've gone through, that they're precious, that they deserve love, and that it's okay, and yeah, you know, maybe you made a mistake, but your mistakes can actually become masterpieces if you just change your perspective. Well, after that first presentation, I didn't know how I knew what I knew, but I just knew what I knew, you know? I just knew what I knew, and I didn't know how I knew it, but I knew it, so I did it, and I said it, and then it was like, wow. And students would come up to me and say, oh, thank you so much for being so honest. Thank you so much for telling me your story. Thank you so much, you're amazing. You're fantastic. Oh my gosh, I'm pregnant, or I've been abused, or... And I knew in that moment that I had found my mission. That I was going to spend the rest of my life going from school to school to school, telling young people the truth, to expose my mess. But understanding that I need to find the message inside the mess. And that, when I share the message inside the mess, I'm fulfilling my mission. I'm fulfilling my destiny. 22 years later, I have a beautiful, beautiful family. My son is 6'4". He has his own organization called Spoken Heard. He's a spoken word poet. He goes all around the city doing spoken word poetry events. My daughter, who's my firstborn, because I ended up getting pregnant again and again, 3 times actually. My daughter, she's my oldest, my firstborn. Her name is DJ Aphrodite. She's an actual DJ. She wouldn't like if I said that. She's like, oh, please don't do that. What? I can rap, yo. Same, like more times differently still, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm cool. She's like, I'm amazing. And if you hear her sing, woo, beautiful. And then, of course, my baby girl, my youngest, she's at Ryerson University right now, studying to become some type of a social worker or civil rights lawyer. She's like all that and a bag of chips with the coconut lime on the side. And so my mistake really turned into masterpieces. And I can't say that I'm sorry I had them, although I would have liked to have a little bit more money and a husband to match. But I realized that I am precious. Regardless of what I go through, I have a voice, and I can use my voice to make a difference. I have something important to say. I have a mission I need to accomplish. Share this truth with every single person that I possibly can. Whitney Houston said it like this: I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Even though I got kicked off the choir and I felt like I needed to quit school, even though I walked down the street with my 3 kids and someone said to me, look at your son, his shoelaces are untied. I'm probably paying for those groceries, you better tie them up. But I had to look deep inside my mess and find the truth, the message to fulfill my mission. The greatest love of all.